friends, welcome back to my channel. My name is Kristen. This is Intentional Living, and today we are doing something different. We are going to switch up my binders a bit and put in some new envelopes because my Etsy shop is back open and I have all new designs and I want my envelopes to be up to date. So that is what I have in store for you today. Don't mind the black spray paint that still is on my hands. I was doing some things around the house yesterday. So yeah, so that's the plan for today. I figured I would just film this because I was doing it off camera anyway. So I figured some people might be interested in this. So I figured I would just film it. So in my cash envelopes today, all I am updating is really just to make my font more relevant. This font I'm no longer offering in my shop. So I just made some new matte envelopes, still with the yellow vinyl, but just a bit up to date. So to start, we will start with clothes, and I messed up the punches on this one. And we are doing just a one-to-one trade for clothes today. If you have ordered from my Etsy shop since I relaunched, let me know down below. Would love to know what you got. So that is gonna be clothes. Date night is also staying. So we are going to take that one out and put in date night. Fitness and wellness is also staying. So we'll put these out in here. And then gas is also staying. Not super exciting just yet, but there are changes coming, I promise. I love, love, love getting new envelopes. Giving is also staying. Going out, also staying in this binder. Hosting. And medical. And self-care. Spending. Toiletries. And then I'm adding one new envelope to this binder, and it is buffer. I know a lot of other people have buffers in their checking accounts and things, but I don't really like to. So I figured I could have just a little cash envelope buffer. And so if I ever go over in these categories, I can pull from this buffer, if that makes sense. So not a lot of changes in here. It still looks pretty much the same, just a different font, just to stay on brand. So that is it for cash envelopes. Probably the most boring of all the binders. Less boring is this binder. Let me grab those. Okay, so groceries is gonna stay the same because this was my first mystery cash envelope. This one I forgot to update, but I'm going to do my 90s themed mystery cash envelope for household, and then yard work is going to be the July mystery cash envelope that is on sale now for the month of July. And then I'm going to keep these the same until I do future mystery envelopes, and those I will update the design as we do that. So these are staying, but my bills are going to change. So let's pull these out and put the new ones in. And they are going to be this design that is available now in my shop. So let me put them in here and then we will stuff them. But I love this new font. It is so, so fun. And I just think it's very bright and, I don't know, exciting. And it like makes bills a little bit more exciting. I just got sick of the stars, honestly. So rent. We will put now in this rent envelope. Oh, it looks so cute. I love it. Utilities now instead of electricity. that will have this bundle. Phone bill will now just be phone, because of course it's a bill, it's in the bill binder. So just going to put it in an envelope that says phone. Apple, I also put them in order of when they hit my account, so that should be a little easier. So Apple instead of Apple Care now. And remember, this is iTunes, iCloud, and Hulu, because apparently I pay that out of my iTunes now. Giving, so that is my monthly giving, which comes out earlier than I thought it did. So that is next. Insurance comes out next. I guess the only ones that aren't in order are rent and utilities, because rent comes out halfway through the month, but I like stuffing it first for some reason. And then utilities comes out at all different times of the month. So besides that, they're all in order. My Roth IRA, I do have this tracker, which this is the only tracker I'm gonna keep to max out my Roth IRA. And I fill that out just once a month to see my progress towards maxing it out. The gym just got updated to gym instead of just gym membership, because I do have some other fees other than just a membership. I added a buffer envelope, which is not getting anything today, but that'll be used for, you know, if I had saved too much for rent and things, I can put that in my buffer and use it for any overages on like utilities or other bills. So buffer is new. My 1 week ahead tracker is going away because we already met the goal. And this is just where I store the money I had already saved to be 1 week ahead for those 5 week months that really suck if you get paid monthly or twice a month. And that is going to do it for my budget binder. I love that the mint, it starts with the mint green and continues with the mint green, and I thought it looked cute with this like khaki pink. So that is my bills binder, all refreshed. Next thing I want to update is my wallet. So we're going to take these out. We are putting these in. So I'm gonna put them in alphabetical order. So coffee, well, let's just put them all in and then we'll stuff them. So coffee will be first, and all of my cash envelopes are out of whack right now because I went to the flea market and needed to pay with cash, and I just pulled it from all my envelopes. So I know coffee for sure has $5 left, but everything else has more money than what is still left. Eating out says it only has 5, but I think it has more than that. So I need to go do all the math with what I spent at the flea market versus what is left. So those are 2 staying categories. A new one I'm adding is lunches, because I don't really bring lunch a lot to work. I typically buy lunch out or like, you know, pick up something. So I'm gonna budget a few dollars each week for lunches for when I don't pack a lunch. Weekend fun is staying, and right now that is empty. And then I am adding a miscellaneous category, which is kind of like my wallet buffer. Other people have those, and I feel like I should have one. I don't know why I took out the coupons, those are staying, but I decided to get a miscellaneous and just see how it goes. So that is it for my wallet, and I really like the green with the black. So that's a fun refresh. Next up is going to be, yeah, let's do this one. My smaller binder for sinking funds. We are doing a big update in here. So I believe these are all of them. I love blue, as y'all know, clearly. So I kept this binder with the blue vinyl, the sky blue vinyl, because it's my favorite vinyl that I offer in my shop. Just as some insider knowledge, this is my favorite color vinyl. Okay, so we are going to start with birthdays. So we are going to keep all of our subcategories the same. We are just updating the outside envelope. And this is a new birthday bundle that I offer in my shop. I did metallic silver with sky blue. You can get exactly what I have, or you can specify if you want something different. So if you don't specify something different, this is what you get. I think I'm gonna get rid of this. I don't like the trackers because they smudge. Electronics is staying in this binder. We just updated it to one of these new styles of envelopes that I'm offering, which I love. I love anything geometric, really. So there is that. Let's get rid of that. Family we're putting to the side for right now. You'll see the next one is gifts. And so we're gonna come back to that also. And haircuts is new, and we're gonna come back to that. So let's just skip, where's my holidays bundle? Here it is. Holidays was supposed to be before planner. I think I am gonna keep this one actually, just to remind myself. Well, no, I'm not. I'm not gonna keep it. I don't like them. Why am I trying to keep things I don't like? Okay, so holidays is next. We're keeping all the same subcategories, but just putting it into the new holiday bundle, which has the cute confetti on it. And again, if you don't specify, this is what you get, silver with sky blue. Planners is staying the same. So it is getting the $50 that is still in here. And then subscriptions also has 50, that will stay, which I don't know why I didn't move this to the bill binder. I probably should have, honestly. So that might be a future update that I do. Volleyball is staying. And you might wonder what I do with all my extra envelopes, and I typically throw them in as freebies into orders or give them to friends who I know want them. Okay, so we are gonna keep the trackers in here, and I'm going to put this scratch off in the back. Some of the scratch off things has kind of gotten on the back of the holidays envelope, and I just wanna keep everything clean. So that's gonna be in the back. And then future is going away. That tracker, but this is what happens when you use some of your own envelopes for product folder photos. But savings is now the new future, so I am saving for my future, so I just figured I'd call it savings. I know I keep renaming this category, I'm sorry, but what I am going to do here though is that this is how much was in future, and then I do have a little over $5,000 in a high yield savings account, so I'm going to just combine that $5,000 with this and call it all savings. And this is savings that is separate from my emergency fund, because I have another $5,000 set aside for my emergency fund. So this is literally if I were to, you know, plan a wedding and need money, or buy a house or get a new car, that will all come from this. So I'm just going to rename it savings, and once I figure out the exact amount, I'll add a placeholder for how much is in my high yield savings account. I think that's the main spiel there. And then at the end, you'll see a buffer envelope, and it's the same thing. If I go over in any of these, I will pull from this buffer rather than pull from somewhere else. So this is the new and improved Sinking Funds Sparkle Binder. And I think we have more envelopes in here than we did before, because it is struggling to close. So I might have to think of a new binder situation if this gets too hard. But for now, we are doing good. So that is this envelope. Or binder. And then you'll see these two, and these are going to come to play in Big Blue. Okay, so in Big Blue, my car maintenance overall envelope has not changed, but the subcategories I did update the font just to, again, be the font that I'm offering in my shop. So we still have emergency fund and registration, and we still have oil changes and deductible, but what I added was repairs and new car. I don't need a new car. My car is doing just fine, but I do think it's smart to save ahead of time for a new car. So what I'm going to do for emergency fund is keep the $1,000 in my car emergency fund, and registration we are not stuffing right now. And then what we are going to do is put this money in repairs, and then we will go from there. So emergency fund is truly for if there is an emergency that I couldn't predict. Repairs is more for like, I know I need to change my tires every so often. I know I need to replace my brakes every so often. So this will be more like maintenance repairs. This is like if something goes wrong in my car and I need to replace something really big. Now I've got $1,000 set aside for that. I don't know that I need these to be separate categories, but I wanted to do a new car category, and they're double-sided envelopes, so you need two, right? So I figured, let me just separate them. But I think in your own budget, you don't necessarily need to have separate ones for that unless you want to. Christmas, nothing is changing, so we're not going to talk about it. Europe, though, I did update my envelope. Everything inside is the same, but I wanted a picture of Europe on my Europe savings. So this is my beautiful geometric Europe that I found, and I'm just obsessed with it and I love it. So if y'all were going to Europe and want to order a custom envelope, you could request this and I could do this for you custom. It took forever, but like you pay more for custom, so I'd be willing to do that for y'all. So that was super fun. I love that upgrade. Seasonal activities is pretty much staying the same. I did update my envelopes just to be the font, make sure the font's on brand. So if you're to order this, it will look exactly like this, unless you specify any changes. So there's that. And then now we get to the major change in Big Blue, which concerns these three. I am adding a new travel sinking fund. And this is the new travel bundle design. If you want to order this, it is available as a bundle in my Etsy shop. And I forgot to poke out all these little holes, so allow me to do that with you. But vacation was great and it could still work, but I wanted to be a little more specific in what I'm saving for. So I decided to create this travel bundle to do that. So inside, we've got some different categories. We've got Colin and Kristen trips. So this is for our anniversary, for when we just travel, the two of us, to get away. So I'll save for those. Gals trips, which I do girls trips with a couple of my good friends every now and then. So as I save for those, I'll put money in here. And then I have family trips. So my family envelope was pretty much saving for when I travel with them or when I go visit them. So I'm just going to remove the family category and put all of this money into family trips, because that is when I spend money to go see them or when we are together going on a trip. So I just figured it made sense to be in here. And then Staycations is a new one. So that is if if people are coming to visit me. So I'm not going on vacation, but people are coming to visit me, and that can be quite expensive. So I'm calling that a staycation, and I'll put money in here. It's kind of like hosting, but instead of for a party, it's for like a long weekend or for if people are coming to visit for a while. Then I have weddings. So we are going to put some of the weddings and babies money in here. So we're saying goodbye to this category. And what we are going to do in weddings is add this $1,400 that we have in the bank into weddings, and you'll see where I'm putting the cash in a moment. But we have $1,400 in weddings. And that is that. So this is for traveling to weddings, for the gifts for weddings, all that good jazz. And then weekend trips. So this is going to be for if I'm just going to DC for the weekend, or, somewhere just quick for the weekend. So those are all the travel that I'm saving for. So we do have this money from vacation that we're working with, so we can reallocate that. And then also we have the leftover money from my girls trip, which let me verify how much is actually left. Okay, so this should be $450 in prop. 1, 2, 3, 450. Okay, great. So we're gonna add that to the vacation money and just divvy it out amongst this travel bundle. And then this was the cash from weddings and babies, and I'll show you what we're doing that in a moment. So now to divvy up in here, we have 1,000, 100, 200, 300, 400, 450, 1450, 70, 90, 1,500, 5, 10, 15, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. So $1,525, I believe. So I am going to put also, I should mention that this doesn't include, what I didn't include was just future trips, which I should have. Just ones that don't fall into these categories. So I'm probably going to save the $1,000 for that, I think. Okay, so weddings has 1,400. So let's add 100 and just make it 1,500, because that is my biggest expense for travel. So we have 1,000, 1, 2, 3, 4, 500. So I'm just going to take this out and put in a $500 placeholder. So we have 1,500 in weddings. That is good. Weekend, so we have 300 in prop. Let's put 100 in me and Colin. Let's put 100 into gals. And let's put 100 into weekend. And then let's put into staycations, 50, 70, 90, 100. I don't know why I didn't make, I don't know, another, I'm missing like one envelope, so I'm not gonna say too much because I don't remember exactly what the categories names were, but okay, so now we have 5, 10, 15, 20, yeah, this is 25. So I'm gonna leave the 1,025 out because I'm missing a grouping of envelopes, and then when I have those, you'll see in a future stuffing where I put all of that. So that is now my travel bundle, and so Big Blue is up to date and ready to go. And so now we have this money left, and this is where we head back into here. So this came out of weddings and babies, and I decided to have a gifts envelope, and so this is going to go into gifts. We have 10, 25, 35, 45. And so I'm going to pull any gifts that aren't already accounted for in my holidays bundle out of here. So for future baby shower, out of here. For a wedding gift, I can pull that out of the travel for weddings or this. You know, a housewarming gift, if I get invited to a housewarming party, I'll pull it from here, that kind of stuff. Haircuts, we're not adding any money, but I will in my next stuffing. And then I think that was everything that we accounted for. So you might see me move some money around, but that is essentially the new breakdown of all of my sinking funds. So I hope that you enjoyed it. Again, I don't know how entertaining this would be, but I was gonna do it anyway, so I figured I'd film it. But yeah, I'll see y'all in my next video, but thank you for watching if you did watch to the end. I appreciate y'all, and I'll catch you next time. Bye.